Oh, here comes Fezzy. Fezzy's just coming in. Are you just stopping by for a second, or are you staying?
No, I'm here.
Oh, that's great. It's White Earl, Fezzy.
How you doing, Fezzy?
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Fezzy.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, sure.
He's doing okay.
Oh, you got me, Ronnie.
Is
I
it-
know you're on that board there. Hey,
That's
listen, I'm gonna
Soundboard
get-
Fezzy. Now, Mark Lawrence coming up with us. I wasn't going to do it because this is normally Fez's segment, but Soundboard Fez
Really?
would like to be part of this. So we will get a hold of Mark Lawrence,
Yes.
and we will try to do Soundboard Fez gambling with Mark Lawrence and see how this works out. All right, we got Mark Lawrence. Is he ready to go with us? You ready, Fezzy?
Yes.
All right, so that should be a lot of fun. Mark Lawrence talking football and a lot of big games this weekend. How you doing, Mark? Welcome to the Ron Fez show again.
Just fantastic, guys. How's it going?
We're doing just great. Fez, you ready to get into this?
You got it.
All right, let's get started on some picks this weekend. Right away, Mark, we're talking about the Giants and the Eagles.
What do you got?
Well, it's rivalry week in college football. It's also a rivalry game, if you will, of sorts, I guess, that way in the NFC matchup there between the Giants and the Eagles. It's a matchup, obviously, of a banged-up Philadelphia Eagle team and a Giant team that appears to be on the rise right now. What I don't like here to the New York Giants' chances, and aside from the the line being 7 points, it's kind of a ridiculously ridiculous line for a situation like it is right now. If you go back and you look at the New York Giants the last 2+ years, in the second half of the football season, this team is 1-16 straight up. They've won one game.
That's true.
In the second half of the season, the last 2 years running here.
Really?
To have to ask a team to win by 7 points against a division rival in this situation, I think, is a little bit difficult. And if you look at Andy Reid, the head coach at Philadelphia, where he shines the best is when his team laid an egg the last game. When I say laid an egg, I mean they were favored to win. They didn't. They were upset, and they're in their next game. They're 11-2 straight up and against the spread to bounce back that way. I understand it's McMahon against Eli Manning here, a big edge to the Giants in the quarterback position, but Philadelphia has beat the New York Giants like a pulp 4 times in a row straight up into the spread. Now they're a 7-point dog. The Giants may win the game, but I think the Eagles will get the money.
Wow, so you're going that direction. Fez, you agree? You're going to go along with Mark Lawrence?
Of course I am.
All right, so there you are. Eagles up. Let's go Colt Bengals. What do you see there?
Well, you know, ironically, this is an Indianapolis Colt team that's obviously undefeated. And if you go back and you look at the last time that a Colt football team was undefeated, or a team, I should say, in the NFL was undefeated, and a losing streak in the second half of the season was snapped, it was right here at Cincinnati. When the team opened up 9-0, and I think this will be the toughest game of the year thus far to date for the Indianapolis Colts. The Cincinnati Bengals are a vastly improved football team. They play real good defense, and the Colts had better bring their A game to the contest here. There's not a lot that the Colts have done wrong here of late. You can blame them for the lethargic effort against Houston last week because it was a real obviously letdown game here. They had pummeled that team earlier in an earlier meeting here, but this is a legitimate Cincinnati Bengal football team, and a win here is a huge notch in the belt for the Bengals in this contest. I think, like I say, the last team that scores this game, I think, wins the contest. That being the case, I think it could come down to a field goal like Cincinnati plus the points in the upset.
Wow, you're going to take them. How about you, Fez? You're going to take them in the upset?
I don't think so, Ron.
Oh.
No,
So you're basically going to pick the Colts?
Yes.
All right, let's move on now. Falcons, Buccaneers. It's Falcons, Buccaneers.
Go Bucks.
Who do you got in that one, Mark?
I'm going to side with the Tampa Bay Bucks in the football game. And I think it was a huge momentum victory for them last week. I love the fact what John Gruden did win for the win in the contest. I think that will instill a lot of confidence in this football team. And I'm not a big Michael Vick fan, especially laying points. I think he finds ways to lose games more than he wins football games.
Mm-hmm. I know you've never been a Vick fan all year, have you?
No, I'm not. I know. You know what he does is the presence he brings to the team is ground games, ground yards. He runs the ball effectively only out of a scrambling situation here. So you can't count. Those aren't rushing yards that you can count on, handing a ball to a running back and good for 150 yards. He's running out of necessity.
Right,
and
he's scrambling.
And he's not a classic passer by any means or any shape or form, and he's just not a prototype quarterback. And I think those quarterbacks like that are like hand grenades. They're very volatile. They can go off at any time. You know, they can win this football game 42-10. They can lose the football game straight up. I'll bet that they lose the football game straight up.
So you're going with the Bucks. I don't know. I still think I'm picking Falcons.
Oh, Ron.
But if I have to, I'll go along with you guys.
Yeah, Ronnie.
All right, so there we go. Let's go Ravens-Steelers. Ravens-Steelers. You like this game, Fuzzy?
Oh, sure.
Who do you got in it, Mark?
I'm going to stay on with the Baltimore Ravens in the football game. I don't like backup quarterbacks that are favored on the road in the National Football League, and we said it many times throughout the course of the season. There are certain crossroad games for certain teams. Baltimore loses this football game, they're certainly dead. Right now, they appear to be just barely breathing. They come in here having lost 4 games in a row, but Brian Billick right now has got all the pressure on him right now. The heat is on him huge, big time in the football game. He only lost 20-19 earlier this year up at Pittsburgh, a football game that they could have won in the football game. And if you look at Pittsburgh, they've won and covered every road game they played so far. They've won 11 road games in a row, have the Pittsburgh Steelers. But the last loss they had was right here on this field against the Baltimore Ravens. And in fact, the last loss prior to that one was also on this field of the Baltimore Ravens. They have a tough time winning here. I think Baltimore plus the points is the take.
Yeah, I kind of lean that way. There's no Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger's not playing.
I'm one fat baby.
I know you are, but I don't know. It just seemed like, why is it only 4? That's what's got me a little scared right now.
It's 4 because, like what you just mentioned, there's no Roethlisberger in the football game. Tommy Maddox, who has never been very, very kind to people that back the Pittsburgh Steelers, is going to take the snaps for them. And he's a turnover machine, and I think for him to have to go into a Baltimore Raven defense that plays number 1 and number 2 best defense in the league, I think he's asking a lot of Tommy Maddox here in this situation.
Don't forget my balls.
No, yeah, you look at that, and we'll go on now. Redskins, Raiders. Redskins, Raiders. Fezzy, which way are you leaning in that one?
I like tickling the balls.
So you're looking at this one, and you would think that the Redskins would be the pick. What about you, Mark?
Well, the Redskins, are in a big bounce-back type situation here, and they've played some good football games when you least expect it here. They come up big against the Philadelphia Eagles, and they played close to Denver in that tough loss that they should not have won lost the football game. They upset Dallas earlier this year, but I just don't know if they're in the role of a favorite. They laid 5 to Chicago and barely won the football game. They lost last week as a small, albeit 1-point favorite at Tampa Bay last week. I just don't know if this is the role for them, and I think Oakland's more than capable of a football team, at least offensively, to put up points against a team that maybe struggles a little bit offensively. I think this is the one good shot here for the Oakland Raiders. A win here is their 4th win in the football season, and at least to a man, they'll feel they have a chance for a 500 or a winning season here. I think you're going to see an all-out effort by the Raiders in the football game.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, and it's really time to turn it on this time of the year.
It's cock time!
It really is as you get closer and closer. Now let's look at the big college game of the week. I guess that would be Miami, Georgia Tech, a lot of people are talking about. Fez, you said you want to stay out of this game?
I've pissed my pants, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
What about you, Mark? Which direction would you go in for that game?
Well, it's a tough football game here. Miami's obviously a team that's on the come right now. If they were in Las Vegas at a crap table, they'd be the team that everybody would be hovering around right now. But
why does my back smell like chlorine?
I don't know. Go ahead.
This is not Las Vegas. This is down in Miami in the Orange Bowl here, and this is a Georgia Tech football team that is really desperately in need of a victory here. They need to position themselves. The Ramblin' Wreck do. They can't afford to lose this football game going to Georgia then on the heels of 3 losses in a row if they want to find themselves in a decent bowl game. And they have the talent in the football team. They're a very, very good defensive football team. Offensively, they've been quite erratic here ever since Reggie Ball's been their quarterback. But I think defensively they have enough to bring
I like
to the
tickling the
table.
balls.
There you go. Tickle. If you're going to do that, tickle the Georgia Tech and the Bumblebees in this contest.
True.
I think they'll play Miami of Florida a little bit closer than the odds makers think.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mark. Thanks a lot, Fez.
There's 7 dicks in my ass, and there's always room for 8.
I'll talk to you soon, Mark.
Hey, you guys have a great weekend.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Fez is going to be pissed about, Soundboard Fez messing everything up for him.
I can't breathe. I couldn't even look at you. I just stuck my head.
I know. You were really like the little kid in school that wouldn't have anything to do with his friends that was being an asshole. You were hiding on me.
And he just kept going.
Yeah, why wouldn't
No, I thought it was so damn funny. By the way, it's theplaybook.com for Mark Lawrence.
Oh, yeah, playbook.com. And I got news for you. That's the same thing as Fez would be saying if he was here anyway. Although I was really uncomfortable with when Mark started interacting like, hey, if you're going to tickle balls, they're the ones that tickle. I'm like, wait a minute, you guys.
The back hair one. That's when I lost it.
Yeah.
And it didn't fluster him. Not at
No,
all.
what does he care? He's got money to bet.
He's a pro.
Here's Fezzy. Fezzy, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Ronnie.
Yeah, how are you?
Miss Fez.
Miss Fez. We all miss Fez. How you doing today, pal?
Little humiliated. Listen to the way I talk to Mark Lawrence.
We do the best we can without you. We do whatever we can. It didn't seem to throw Mark Lawrence off at all.
No, even when I said there's always room for 8 dicks in my ass, he seemed to just go with it.
Yes.
Oddly enough.
Yeah. Well, that's things that we pulled out of context on you for our only friend we have now.
What you guys can do with your editing.
Yeah.
It's
well,
amazing.
Everybody loves Soundboard Fez.
This is not a soundboard.
Oh, yes, it is.
No, I'm here.
No, you're not. You're actually on the phone right now.
That's not me. Don't let him fool you, Ronnie.
Listen how much stronger than you sounded then than you do now.